The war has been going on for almost 4 years, and the overall situation in the civil sector, including education and science, grows heavier. Since Russia's full-scale invasion in February 2022, around a third of Ukraine's research institutions have been destroyed. According to government estimates, rebuilding Ukraine's scientific and higher education infrastructure will require more than 1.2 billion euros. But even this figure is an approximation, as the list of damages to research infrastructures keeps growing. Ukraine is investing money from its own budget to rebuild some of that lost infrastructure. But the national budget cannot cover all the needs. URAN is part of this picture, but it stands somewhat apart. We do not receive funding from the European Commission's programs that support Ukraine. These funds are channeled through government institutions. However, URAN, as a small non-profit public organization, is classified as a non-government entity and therefore deemed ineligible for government funding. Despite operating under extreme wartime conditions and serving the same target audiences, we are expected to remain self-sufficient through alternative means. We continue to work and keep Ukraine's research and education institutions connected. Our challenges are daily and practical. Soaring inflation, the mobilization of skilled professionals to the military, rising taxes and tariffs, and constant power cuts. But the network has never gone dark.
In Kiev, as in most Ukrainian cities, the rumble of generators has become the background of life. So recently we completed servicing the generators. They are being used minimum 12 hours per day due to constant disruptions of the power supply. We also have modernized parts of our infrastructure to make it more energy efficient and resilient to outages. The intermediate power switching device has been excluded, and now most of the network is based on a passive optical network CVDM, which reduces the number of points further and makes the centralized point easy to maintain. Despite continued extreme adversity, URAN continues to support the research and education community of Ukraine. Also, URAN cannot compete with the commercial providers. It can bring value in enabling access to connectivity and services. URAN continues to develop its infrastructure where possible. The National Transport University of Ukraine, one of our largest users, has requested the connection of 5 new sites. This will involve laying approximately 12 kilometers of optical fiber in Kyiv. As is common practice in Ukraine, the university expects the provider to cover the construction costs. It means adding to the URAN network 5 locations across the city, which will cost 20,000 euros approximately. URAN has also received requests for access to GÉANT from 2 major state enterprises: the Ukrainian State Air Traffic Service Enterprise and Hydrometeorological Center. They will be first entities in Ukraine to use EU-Medcast terrestrial service. Negotiations are currently underway. Another example comes from Kharkiv, only about 30 kilometers from Russian border. URAN has signed an agreement with the National Science Center Kharkiv Institute of Physics and Technology for access to the RC1 network. This marks an important step forward in URAN's and NSC-KIPT collaboration. This scientific center is Ukraine's largest center for physical research. Since 2022, it has been attacked more than 70 times by drones, rockets, and artillery. For months, scientists work on backup power alone. And still they continue their collaboration with CERN, processing data from the Large Hadron Collider via URAN and GÉANT channels through LHC-1.
And we at URAN continue to develop our services. We have completed the Ukrainian localization of the EDROM CAP web application and joined the deployment of the Federation EduMid service. Our server is now integrated. with special thanks to the expert of PCSS in Poland. Sumy State University has joined the EDROM service, and implementation is currently underway. This university is in eastern Ukraine. Russian troops are advanced only 25 kilometers away. The university suffered significant damage from Russian missile strikes on the city back in April, which resulted in 35 deaths, including 2 students at the university and over 100 injured. Some of the university buildings were destroyed, causing approximately $5.3 million in damage. The destruction was nearly total. Not a single piece of equipment, furniture, or teaching materials survived. Despite the bombing, the university continued courses and research, including with international partners.
These are only a few stories among many. One of the ways to support the academic and research community is to provide them with the equipment needed, and URAN can provide some via the Computer Aid Initiative. A new batch of over 100 laptops is being prepared for Ukrainian universities thanks to GÉANT and the VH Foundation. These devices will help institutions establish remote and mobile workstations for educators and researchers. Despite the difficult circumstances, URAN remains committed to delivering GÉANT's vision and services to the education and research community in Ukraine. None of this would be possible without your support. In these challenging times, the support from GÉANT community, and the VH Foundation is truly vital for URAN's survival. We are deeply grateful for this support. Every member of our team sincerely appreciates it. Thank you.